Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm out at the family farm, so to speak, and I've brought out a brand new product that'll be releasing here the next few days. This is an underfolding AK made by a company called Ddi, or Destructive Devices Incorporated, and it's a company you may not have heard of just yet. It's a brand new company. Ddi purchased the assets of Waffen Works, which is a fairly old name. I can't really say old, but it's a known name in the AK industry. They purchased the assets of Waffen Works and brought in some new management guys, brought in some new tooling, some new machinery and stuff like that, and they started to produce new firearms. This is one of their first products that they're going to bring to market, and this is the AK47U, and U, I am presuming, means underfolder. These rifles are built on Bulgarian parts kits. The machine receiver that you see here, which has the distinctive lightning cuts right there, is still marked, this one anyway, is still marked Waffen Works, but in the rear you're going to find also the new Ddi markings. What they tell me is that they're making use of some of the old surplus parts that they had on hand before the new parts with just the Ddi markings go into production. So that's what we're going to take a little bit closer look at this afternoon. This is kind of a first shots video. I'm not going to do a full review. I just wanted to let you guys know that here in the very near future, these rifles are going to be available. They're going to be available through AGS Armament and Atlantic Firearms. So anyway, let's take a little bit closer look at this rifle. The AK47U, as the name implies, is a 7.62 by 39 caliber rifle. This one does have the underfolding stock, and you'll notice that the stock has kind of a downward angle to it. If you take a look at some of the newer AKs that are coming out, like the machine receiver arsenals, the SAM7 UFs or SAM7 underfolders, they have a straight inline stock, which this stock has more of a traditional downward slant to it. That would be kind of what you would expect from a machine receiver AK with a wooden stock, which had sloping wood stocks, versus the AK-74 that's more inline. Up front, we have Bakelite Furniture. This is a real original, I should say, Bulgarian Bakelite Furniture. Now, I believe this is an option. I've seen these rifles in two different configurations. I've seen them with K-Var polymer furniture, and I've seen them, of course, with this Bakelite furniture. I really do prefer the Bakelite. I love the look of Bakelite. I have my Russian red magazines that are Bakelite, and I really, really like them. Again, the machine receiver is built on an old Waffen Works receiver. See if I can show you the Ddi markings here in the rear. I don't know if you can see them. Try to get the camera to focus here. But you can see it says Ddi right there with their logo. And then underneath the trigger guard is where you're going to find the Waffen Works markings. The finish on the gun is beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's a real nice finish. Seems to be a fairly durable finish. And here's the gas system. You can see the traditional gas block here in the front. Standard front end. Of course, it has a 14 by 1 millimeter left-hand thread muzzle nut on there. It's not welded or anything. Standard sights. And again, overall, I think it's a really good looking rifle. To fold the stock, all you have to do is push this button. The stock folds like that. Now, I've noticed that the stock has a little bit of play in it, which is kind of common with military AKs that use these types of stocks. Some of the newer Bulgarians, like my SAM7 UF, has a very tight stock, but with use and over time, all these, just by their design, get a little bit of play in them. Now, one thing I like about the angle of this stock is that, again, it's more of a traditional angle, and it doesn't bring this wire stock right up into my cheek like my SAM7 UF does. So you have kind of a more relaxed sight picture, but you're not really pressing your face against that wire stock, which some folks may find uncomfortable. I've heard people comment before in the past that, you know, by shooting these types of stocks that they feel that it's hurting their face, their mouth, their cheek, or something like that. You'll probably find this stock angle a little bit more appealing. Has a US made polymer pistol grip, which is black. And it's marked US. And overall, again, it's a very good looking gun. The barrel is a Green Mountain barrel. It's chrome lined, so it's a decent barrel. Green River, that's a drink. Green Mountain is known for making pretty darn good AK barrels, and that's what they're using here. And again, it is chrome lined. Internally, you're going to find a Bulgarian parts kit. Take a look inside the rifle here really quick. There's your top cover. Inside, the parts are all refinished, nice and new looking. Pull that recoil spring out. And there you go. That's what you're going to find on the inside. Again, nicely finished. It's a good looking rifle overall. Let's take a look inside there if you can see. I don't know if the lighting's going to permit. but you can see inside the gun, again, nicely finished throughout. It's a really nice smooth action on the gun. Most machine receivered AKs are going to have that type of an action. Some of the AKMs out there, especially when you look at the Wasser tins and stuff, you're going to find that they have kind of a gritty action. This one's very, very smooth. It's a nice rifle. Now, I haven't done any accuracy testing with the gun. I'll do that in a later video. Again, this is just kind of a first shots video. I wanted to show you guys the gun working, show you some of the features, talk about some of the features, and also I'm going to show you that it works with a number of different magazines. When I'm talking about magazines, here is a Bulgarian Circle 10, just a good old-fashioned waffle magazine. Locks right into the rifle. Very little play. It's a solid lockup. You can see if you can get an idea. I know some of you guys are worried about magazine play. As long as the gun works, I don't really care how much it wobbles. I'll also shoot it here in a few minutes with a US Palm, show you what that looks like. And what other magazine I bring out? Oh yeah, I brought out a Magpul magazine as well. I know a lot of you guys are running those right now because they're widely available and really affordable. But of course, this gun's going to work with just about any surplus magazine, steel or polymer or otherwise. At least that's what I found so far. Let's do a little bit more shooting with the rifle. Let's take a look at the AK47U running with a few different types of magazines. This is a standard US Palm magazine. I got 20 rounds, I think, loaded into it. Alright, what else we got in here? Here's that Bulgarian Circle 10 magazine. And finally the Magpul. Pretty sure that's the last one. Again, 20 rounds. I'm just running Tula ammunition out of it right now. It's both soft point and standard 124 grain ball. There should be 123 grain ball. Now you notice I've gotten this thing pretty smoking hot, and this Bakelite Furniture really deals with that heat well. Again, I love that Bakelite stuff. I've had no functional problems with the rifle this afternoon. Seems to be working just great. It's one darn nice looking little gun. Now, one of the things I like about the AK-47s, the underfolders, is the fact that I think they make really good truck guns. I've mentioned this before, I think in my SAM7 UF video. With the stock folded, they make a very short overall package. And unlike the side folding stocks, when you fold them to the side, it doubles the thickness of the rifle. Of course, when you underfold these underfolders, the thickness of the rifle stays the same. So they're great, again, little truck guns, backpack guns, and of course you can't argue against the 7.60 by 39 being a very effective caliber. I like that caliber, especially at shorter ranges between 0 and 200-300 yards. It's a tough caliber to beat. Since the AK-47U has standard left-hand threads, 14mm, you can put cool muzzle devices on there, just about any standard AK muzzle device that you can find, including this new muzzle device, which I have another one I'll show you guys later. This one's from Echo 9.3. It's a 3-prong flash suppressor, and they're $42.95, I believe. And you can screw that right on there. And then you have flash suppression capabilities, which with just a standard muzzle nut, these AKs can have a pretty pronounced flash signature. This little guy does away with all of that. And I think it looks pretty darn good on the rifle too. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed taking this exclusive first look at the new Ddi AK47U. I think this is a really good looking rifle, and based upon my rather limited experience, again, this is just a first shots video. This is the only second time I've had this rifle to the range. Based upon my limited experience with the gun, seems to be a very nice alternative to some of the more expensive rifles on the market. Speaking of price, these rifles are going to hit the market with an MSRP of $949. However, you're probably going to find them selling for more like $879. At that price point, it makes it very competitively priced when you're looking at more expensive rifles like the Bulgarian-made Arsenal SAM7 UF underfolder. You're going to save $300-400 if you buy one of these. So if you're on a limited budget, you want a machine receivered 7.62 by 39 underfolding AK, you may want to take a look at this new Ddi rifle. They do come with a 2-year warranty, and if you just happen to have one of the older Waffenwerks rifles, Ddi tells me they will also be warranting the old Waffenwerks guns as well. These guns do have a 4140 steel receiver, and I didn't mention that before. I wanted to throw it in there. And again, It's something you may want to consider if you don't want to spend $1,200, $1,300 on a rifle. These guns are going to be made available through Atlantic Firearms and AGS Armament. I'll put links to both of those companies down below in the description. If you guys have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/military arms. Also, please swing by and check us out on Instagram. I like to post behind-the-scene photos and stuff like that there. Again, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.